Good morning, students. Today we are going to learn about the equations of linear motion. Earlier we have understood the concept of velocity, acceleration, and displacement. So these all are the terms which has been calculated with respect to time, because motion is something which is related to time. Why? Because the displacement with time that gives you the motion. So today we will learn how these terms, the velocity, displacement, let's say x, velocity, acceleration, and time, these all terms are interrelated, and the interrelation between these terms gives the equations of linear motion. So we will find what is the displacement with respect to time. I means when time changes, how this term displacement also changes. So we will come to know about this relation xt. Then we will come to know about how velocity changes with the time. How velocity changes with time. Now there is an acceleration. So acceleration can also vary with time. But in this particular, when we are describing the equations of linear motion, then we are keeping acceleration constant. So there are two things. I mean, acceleration will remain constant with time or vary. So here we are taking this point that acceleration will remain constant. Acceleration vary. So that will be a particular case, and for that we will learn how to know about these x, v, etc. when acceleration varies with time. But for the time being, we are considering that acceleration will remain constant with respect to time. So acceleration constant. Okay. So how we come to know about these terms? So let us see one by one. Just consider that we are taking a motion on a line. So let's take some as a reference point, and then this will give the positive x-axis or positive direction, and this will give the negative directions. Okay, so let us say that at t is equal to 0, the position of the object is also 0. What is this x1? x1 is the position of the object when time is 0. So this is also called initial position. What is called initial position? And what is the velocity at this point of time? So let us say this velocity is u. So u is initial velocity. So this is initial conditions. Initial conditions. Now let us take at time t is equal to t, at particular some time t, a general time t. What is the final position? That is x. And what will be the velocity? Final velocity will be v. So that means this v is nothing but vt, means velocity at time t. So let us consider this as final position. And throughout this journey, acceleration will remain same, and that is a. So this is the initial conditions we have to keep in this mind. So now let us take what is the velocity? What is the velocity when an object changes from position 0 to x in this particular condition? So, according to the definition of velocity, we all are knowing that acceleration is equal to, what is acceleration is equal to, and that means average acceleration something. So acceleration average, say when acceleration is constant, so average acceleration will also remain the same as acceleration at some particular point of time. So here this is average acceleration. So what is average acceleration? Acceleration is change in velocity upon time, and that is initial final velocity means vt or minus initial velocity upon time period. So what is this vt? We have taken simply v. What is initial velocity? That is u, and this t minus 0 is simply t. So this will give v minus u is equal to at. So velocity is equal to u plus at. U plus at. So this is our first equation of motion. What is this? This is our first equation of motion. V is equal to u plus at. So how will you define this V is equal to u plus at? You can write this V is equal to velocity at time t. What is u? It is initial velocity, means velocity at t is equal to 0. Initial velocity means velocity at t is equal to 0. Velocity at t is equal to 0. And what is this acceleration? This is simply acceleration. Okay, so this is the definition. So this is our first equation of motion, linear equation of equations of linear motion. First equation of linear motion. V is equal to u plus at. V is equal to u plus at is our first linear equation. So in this way we have achieved what is this? What is the velocity with respect to time, and that is given by v is equal to u plus at. Okay. Now our target is how displacement changes with respect to time. How displacement changes with respect to time. So we have learned about the definition of average velocity. We have learned about definitions of average velocity, V average. So what is really the V average? V average velocity will be change in displacement. So what is the change in displacement? x2 minus x1, x2 minus x1 upon t minus 0. What is x2? x2 means position of the object at time t, and that is taken here x. And what is the x1? Position at initial position, that is taken at origin. So that will be x minus 0 by t, that means x upon t. Now let us see here, this is V average. So what will be other way to calculate V average? So we have been given the initial velocity u, final velocity v, t. So what will be the V average? From there we can calculate V average is equal to final velocity plus initial velocity upon 2. So we are given two velocity, a starting velocity and velocity, and we are just adding and dividing. That will give the average velocity during that period. So here V average is equal to V plus U upon T. So we are just keeping this value here. So v plus u upon 2 is equal to x upon t. Now what is this v? From first equation, this is u plus at. So instead of v, we can write u plus at plus u upon 2 is equal to x upon t. Okay, so let us erase this. So now just we have to solve this. U is 2u plus at upon 2 is equal to x upon t. So we can write other way, x upon 2 is equal to u plus at upon 2, and x is equal to ut plus half at square. So this gives you the second equation of motion. This is our second equation of motion. Now you are familiar with u. U is initial velocity, t is time of motion, a is acceleration, that is constant during this period, and t is again time. So this will give you the x is equal to ut plus half at square. See, u is constant, a is constant. So we are just getting x dependent upon time. Means how time changes, x also changes. So this x is ut plus half at square. This is our second equation. See, we have velocity x and time. So we are come to know how velocity changes with respect to time. Means time, if time is given, how to calculate velocity. If time is given, how to calculate displacement from second equation. This is first equation, this is second equation. Now we want to know what is this relation between velocity and position. What is the relation between velocity and position? So we have got xt. How? X is equal to ut plus half at square. So we have achieved two equations. One is how velocity changes with time, another is how displacement changes with time. Now we want to know how velocity and displacement are interrelated. So just see the second equation, and here we can replace time by taking time from this first equation. So from first equation, t is equal to v minus u upon a. So now just put this time into the second equation. So here we will get x is equal to u, and that is v minus u upon a plus half a v minus u upon a whole square. So when you will solve this, then what will you get? This is uv minus u square upon a plus this is v square plus u square minus 2uv, and bottom a square. So you have to just cut from a, so that will remain a 2a. So can we now again further solve, then we will get 2a 2uv minus 2u square plus v square plus u square minus 2uv upon 2a. So this 2uv and this uv will cancel to each other. This is minus 2us, this is u square. So this will become minus u square, that means v square minus u square by 2a. So x is equal to v square minus u square by 2a. So v square minus u square is equal to 2ax. So this will give v square is equal to u square plus 2ax. So this is our third equation. So where we are saying that this velocity at particular time t depends upon just a displacement, because there u square, u is constant because we have taken at t is equal to 0, velocity is u, that is taken. So this is also a kind of constant in this equation. So only variable here is x. So we can say that we have achieved velocity with respect to x. So x is given, we can get v. So this is our third equation. So just we are erasing. V square, this is Vx, that means V square is equal to U square plus 2ax. So while using these three equations, we must keep in mind the initial conditions, because these three equations depends upon the initial conditions also. So if initial conditions changes, so we have to modify the equation accordingly. But the relation with v and t is some kind of general. If a is taken positive, then this will be plus 80. If a is taken negative, then it becomes minus 80. So a is a kind of general thing. U is taken, so we have to see what is the initial condition. X is the final position, but initial position is 0. In some problem, if initial position is also some x1 kind of thing, then this equation will vary a little. So we have come to know how these equations have been derived. So based on that, if some initial position changes, we can modify our equations accordingly. So this is our linear equations of linear motions. Equations of linear motion. First equation gives the relation between velocity and time. Second gives relation between position and time. And third gives velocity changes with respect to position. So these three equations we have achieved. We can get these equations very easily if we have some understanding of differentiation and integration. So we will do some integration concept of integration, and then we will derive again these equations in terms of that differentiation and integration. So thank you.